Okay, here we're gonna make the game a little bit more interactive. We're gonna add a hit and stay button and hit the world class, which will allow us to add cards, and it will allow us to add cards to the player's hand and on the board, as well as the dealer. So we have this flip method, which will allow us to flip over a card and show either the front image or the back. We hit a card to the dealer, and we're going to have it face down. Where if we hit a card to the player, it's going to come down here face up. Okay, so in the world class, and actually let me back out. Let's inspect some of these cards. So a very helpful thing in Greenfoot is this inspect. So before you ever run your game, you can get the characteristics of your objects. So like this is a 7 of hearts, and I get the X coordinate 425 and the Y coordinate, which is 300. So I line them up horizontally, just the two cards are currently. But the X coordinate is going to be getting smaller and smaller. This X coordinate is 550, and then this X coordinate is 425. We just looked at it. So there's about 125 pixels in between the center of this card and the center of this card. Same thing up here. So the X coordinates are the same, they're lined up. And the Y coordinate for these cards is 300. That's the center of the card, which means it's about 100 pixels from the bottom. Remember, it's 400 pixels tall. And so this Y coordinate would be 100. So we're going to kind of keep track, because one of the hard things to do is figure out card at any time in the game, because we just want to be able to hit the hit button where. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to do all right. So I'm going to add a couple of things here. That's going to be private int player X, private, which is going to be the X coordinate that we're going to place the card at on the world. So and also hit private stay. So I'm going to set dealer X to be 300, player X to be 300, because it went from 550 to 425. That's a difference of 125. The next one would be 300, and then we would. So we're going to do that. I'm also going to initialize the hit, okay, and then also add those to the world. Right, kind of in the middle of the world. The Y coordinate is 200, so right in the middle, and the X coordinate is 100 out of 600, so kind of on the left. A is going to be basically right beside it. The Y coordinate is 200 and like 100 pixels slid over. Okay. We can see that here. If we reset that, hopefully those buttons come up, the hit in and stay to work. So I'm going to create a hit method, and the header is going to be private or public hit. And I'm going to accept a parameter, which is going to be a Boolean, which is going to be called isPlayer. Very similar for the player and the dealer. But there are going to be differences depending on like what coordinate you'll put that fold method here for hit. One where player is true. If is player, which by the way means equals true. But you're checking a Boolean variable which is either true or false. Again, it's true. It's true. So I guess it's more efficient just to check if is player. But no harm check well. All right, so I'm going to do if is player, I'm going to do something, and then if it's not, which means it's the dealer, I'm going to do something else. And basically it's going to be the same thing in else except some minor changes. Okay, so what are we going to do first? Let's get, so remember we can always get the 0th card from the deck, which is like the first card in the deck. Starts the indices start at 0. So I can get that 0th card. I'll just call it card C equals deck. So a couple of things I want to do with that card: a rank, a suit. It also has an image. So all that's been set appropriately. And this is for the add C. Now that's not adding it to the world. Remember that adding it, because the array list of cards is how we keep the score of what the player is. We go through and we did the logic in part 2 for get score there. So we're going to add it to the player's list. The next thing we're going to do is add it to the world. So we're going to do add object C, and we're going to add it to player X. That's the X coordinate, and then the Y coordinate of the player we said is always going to be 300 towards the bottom. Okay, and then we need to player X by 125, because the next time this hit method gets called, we want it to be 125 less than what it is currently.